start with the director of the Jerusalem Biblical Zoo, the I think Tisch Family Zoological Center, if I have it correct. Shay Doron. Shay, please. And of course, the director of the film, really a beautiful film, Katharina Waisburd. Katharina, thank you for being here. And to lead this conversation, I say this before a lot of our films, but really our partners here are the call to action after every film. And we had wonderful partners, including Hashomer Tzair, the Interagency Task Force, and Amim. And from Amim, please welcome Betty Herschman. Betty, thank you.
So, I want to start. Can everybody hear me, or do you want me to have the voice is usually too big. Okay, here we go. I want to start by just saying what a gorgeous film this is. I watched the film several weeks ago on my laptop, and just doesn't have the same sort of richness and depth and resonance as it does here. So thanks for still having forums for the big films, big screenings. Let's start with the big question, which is why? Why, of all the things in Jerusalem you could have chosen, did you start with the zoo, or did you pick the zoo?
Yeah, that's actually really easy. I read, I've lived, my husband is from Israel, I'm from Germany originally, and we lived for half a year in Israel, and so I was in Jerusalem, and I instantly knew I wanted to do a film in the city, but it's a big city, you can do a film about almost everything. And when I was back in Germany, I read a little note, it was a newspaper article about that there has been a lot of snow in the zoo, and they just wrote on a little side note that both Muslims and Jews work in the zoo together, and I thought, okay, so this is interesting, and the next time I was there, I went to the zoo, and I kind of fell in love with the place, and that's how it started.
Yeah. Terrific. So I think, and you would probably say this yourself as well, Shay, being a Jerusalemite, living in Jerusalem, that there's virtually nothing about Jerusalem that isn't apolitical, right? And when you ground something in the context of Jerusalem, everything, whether we want it to or not, sort of takes on a symbolic tone. Every voice, every image, every conversation. So to what degree were you aware, constrained by, not constrained by, when you were making this film, the idea of symbolism and metaphor?
Oh, sorry.
This goes to you. Are you?
to me in the end. Sorry, can you just...
So the idea of symbolism or metaphor, right? Yeah. I mean, we're in this tableau of the zoo in Jerusalem, one of the most conflict-ridden places in the world, right? To what degree are you aware of or constrained or maybe emboldened by the idea of symbolism?
I don't know. I mean, I just pick an example. I mean, of course, we have the symbolism of the bird that's all over the place in the film. And sometimes I thought, okay, maybe it's a bit, too simple. To think, okay, animals and enclosures and people in a country where it's a lot about borders. But on the other hand, I mean, that's how it is. I mean, and it's there, and it's not that we. I mean, the people that work in the zoo, I mean, this bird theme was constantly coming up and was all over. So, I mean, you can see it from both ways, but for me, in the end, it was okay, and because it was right in front of me. And as you saw, I mean, I have a more observative approach to my film, so I really don't direct that much. I'm just kind of there. We spent, I think, almost 4 months in the zoo. So. Yeah, I think for me it's okay because this is what I saw and it's not something that I implanted on it. Yeah.
I want to move to the idea of narrative. Okay, so we have 2 tours going on. Really, they're the stars of the film in many ways. One's a comedian, one's a model. you know, to what degree are these narratives ever mixed or shared, or do the Jewish children always have David, the tour guide, and the Palestinian children, the other tour guide? How does that work?
By the way, we have 3 tours in the movie. One is with the guy. We call him the million visitors. He's coming every day. If he's not coming, we are calling him what happened. And he knows about the zoo more than all of us. He knows the first. He is the first to know that we have a baby giraffe or baby zebra. He knows everything. Every morning is 8:45 already in the gate, and is open the zoo. But so there are 3 narratives and 3 stories to tell. But I'm sorry to tell that I'm not sure that the story of Jerusalem is the story of the zoo, or the story of the zoo is the story of Jerusalem. Because we, fortunately, were successful enough to create something different at the zoo. And this is not the narrative of the city of Jerusalem. I'm talking now as a Jerusalemite 4th generation. And I was born in Jerusalem, I raised in Jerusalem, my kids grew up in Jerusalem. My grandfather came to learn in the Hebrew gymnastic in Jerusalem in 1913, so I know Jerusalem. This is my hometown. And I'm sorry to say that the story of the zoo is not the narrative of the city. The city is much more complicated. And we succeeded somehow, probably because we are the zoo, to create a place that it's, I will not use the phrase coexistent, but I will use the phrase meeting place. And this is what makes the zoo so unique. I assume that I'm the only CEO of zoos all over the world that when I need to present my zoo, if I'm speaking about narratives, I will never speak about the lions or the fellow deers or the giraffes. I will speak about the human being visitors. And this is the story of the zoo. Fortunately, or unfortunately, it's not a symbolize of nothing that happened at the city of Jerusalem. It's unique, but maybe it shows that it could be different. I hope that most of you succeeded to understand that whenever there is 2 characters on the screen, they were Jews and Arabs together, and are working for so long time, and I assume that you even couldn't tell the difference, or who is Jew and who is Arab, and this is what makes the zoo so unique. So narratives, of course, don't forget that we are speaking about, for example, the ultra-Orthodox or the Palestinian. By the way, we have a lot of seculars. The zoo is still open on Shabbat, although it's Jerusalem, and a lot of seculars are coming. But you took, Katharina did a great work. Some of the pictures, some of the shots are really beautiful. But don't forget that the Orthodox are not really part of any kind of general activity at the city. The only place that are coming in big numbers is the zoo. And the Palestinians, the same. They are not really part of any general activity of the city of Jerusalem, and they're coming to the zoo. So you need to find a way to attract them. If you would like, I must admit that some of the Orthodox kids, they don't have any awareness for wildlife conservation or environmental issues. And for us, it's the chance when they're coming to the zoo and they're coming in big numbers to try to pull them to the issues, to deal the issues that we are dealing. So we need to do it through their way. If we will speak about general ideas of wildlife conservation and we're not related to the Torah or the Talmud or Chazal, it will be away from them. So you need to use, especially in Jerusalem, to attract the ones that maybe the zoo is more important than them even from the others, to bring them to the zoo. So you can use, in some cases, like what David, the guide over there, did with stories about the lion as a king, or about the story of Egypt, crocodiles. But this is the way how to handle a zoo in a sensitive and a complicated place like Jerusalem.
And here in the film, though, we had a sense of parity, right? You have one tour for each group of children. To what degree does that affect the volume of Jewish kids and Palestinian kids who come to the zoo over the course of a year?
Don't forget that in the end, we are the zoo. We are not. We will not make the city different. So at least there is one place in Jerusalem that people are getting together. And unfortunately, the numbers of kids that are coming in groups, in classes, are not more than 100,000 kids. I don't know if it's a small number or big numbers. Relatively, it's a big number. 100,000 kids are coming for guided tours. But there is another 600,000 people that are coming annually to the zoo, in addition to those 100,000. And they are coming to a meeting place. No barriers between Jews and Arabs, between Orthodox and seculars, and that's what, as I told you, make the difference.
It's special.
And about that, I think that we are mainly proud of what we achieved in the city of Jerusalem.
All right, I have one more question to you, and then we should open it up to our audience. And that question is, do you have any fears at all about sanitizing the conflict? Sanitizing the conflict by having an apolitical or hands-off approach?
No, I think it's, I mean, in the end, I don't live in the country. I mean, maybe I'm not the right person to judge, and I think it's more, I mean, actually, maybe it's not a really radical approach. I mean, and sometimes, because I also heard that, you know, it's kind of too naive not to take either side and not to choose what's right, what's wrong. But I mean, to be honest, there is no right and no wrong. There's just, I mean, this is what I think amazing, and that's why maybe we chose, if we go back to the children, why we chose those two kind of extreme groups, like only Arabic girl group and Orthodox boys group, because they are raised up in the same city, but their lives couldn't be more different. So it's really a way of just perspective. I mean, it's not really of what's right or wrong or what's better, and it's just really different, even though it's in the same town. And yeah, so I'm glad I took this decision.
Okay, let's open up.
I grew up in a neighborhood on one side of the zoo, and I went to my school on the other side of the zoo. And I remember, like in the 70s, it being the absolute only place that you would see Palestinian families journeying across Jerusalem in large groups and then mixing in the same place as Jews. And it is really a unique political place in the fact that it's a Gan Eden of, you know, the people that really people enjoyed something beyond differences. The picture at the end of the gazelles, was that any kind of shadow of animals in the zoo, or was that a made-up? Because I also remember gazelles in the mountains where Gilo is now, you know. But was that just an image that you put there of the gazelles that no longer come?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it was from the beginning on. We liked this, the producer and me, or he was also co-author. We liked the idea of setting the animals free in the city, or to have the animals going around the city. So it's animated. It's not a real thing, but.
By the way, talking about the gazelles, we try really hard to put politics away out of the zoo. But sometimes, because this is Jerusalem, and you know, Jerusalem is Jerusalem, we need to face challenges like extremists to the right, because, you know, in Hebrew, the name is Tzvi Eretz Israeli. But all the signs at the zoo are in 3 languages, Hebrew, English, and Arabic. But the right name in Arabic is Palestinian gazelle. So we got some Facebook comments, not so nice, about extreme to the right. How you dare to call this Tzvi Eretz Israeli, a Palestinian gazelle? And this is something that we should boycott the zoo, because you are supporting the Palestinians and you give them the recognition, and you see even the Palestinian gazelle, you have it on the side. So to keep politics away from the zoo, sometimes it's almost a mission impossible. But if you want to run a zoo in Jerusalem, you must be sensitive. You must be very, very sensitive. Probably some of you that visited the zoo, I saw so many people visit the zoo, know the story about the peccary. The peccary, you don't know the story about the peccary, how to be sensitive in Jerusalem. I'm not a zoologist, I'm not a vet, I'm not a biologist, I'm a public administrator. I hope that I'm doing a good work, but I'm not a zoologist. A few years ago, the zoologist and the team of zoologists and biologists came to me and said, Shay, we have a great idea to make the South American yard much more rich. Say, what is the idea? To bring the peccary. I said, peccary? What's the deal of the peccary? They told me, peccary, it's very interesting, but there is a problem in Jerusalem. What is the problem? They told me, it's look like a pig, sound like a pig, eat like a pig, behave like a pig, but it's not a pig.
It kind of looks like a wild boar, you can say, like this really small wild boar, kind of cute.
So I thought, well, I can understand that this is a problem in Jerusalem, to bring pig to present it at the biblical zoo. So I say, okay, but give me a second. I pick up the phone and call my good friend, the chief rabbi of the Kotel, Rabbi Shmuel Rabinovich. I told him, he's a good friend of mine. Shmulik, don't mention that I told Shmulik, because Kvod Arav, you need to say, Shmulik, I have a question for you. I need to consult with you. What's the problem? Shmulik, we would like to bring the peccary to Jerusalem, to the South American yard. Say, what is the problem? Say, Shmulik, there is a tiny problem. It's look like a pig, it's behave like a pig, it sound like a pig, it eat like a pig. So he told me, okay, but you promise it's not a pig? I told him, it's not a pig, definitely it's not a pig. So he told me, you know what, you can bring it, but please make a big sign. This is not a pig. So we are probably the only zoo in the world that there is a big sign with red capital letters say, this is not a pig. But because we are in Jerusalem, we did it in 4 languages. Hebrew, English, Arabic, and Das ist nicht Chazir in Yiddish. And you can be sure that all the Orthodox are passing through the peccary exhibit and say, this is Chazir. So this is the meaning to be sensitive in Jerusalem, to run a zoo.
Thank you. Well, this is a comment, and I was wondering whether I should ask this until you mentioned the peccary. Now I know I want to. In our local zoo here in New York, in the children's zoo in Central Park, there are barnyard animals, including pigs. Last year, I happened to go with my new daughter-in-law from Brazil to show her the zoo in New York, and it happened to be during the week of Passover. The zoo was super, super crowded, and 90%, it seemed like, of the people there were Orthodox families taking their children to the zoo. And as we went through all kinds of areas and everyone was looking at everything, until we got to that barnyard area, I was wondering, is it going to really be a problem? I wonder who will be at the pigs. Will it be very uncrowded near the pigs? There was like one patriarchal Hasid standing in front of the pigs, and all the other people weren't there. So are you not allowed to have pigs in Jerusalem at all? Is that the problem?
We are allowed, but it's a sensitive issue. It's a sensitive issue with the Muslim as well, with the hyena. Hyena, it's Debba in Arabic, and it's symbol of cursing, of really the devil. So it's not easy to have a Debba or hyena in Jerusalem. But again, I took it to the extreme. It's true story about the peccary, but you must be sensitive. I remember the days that we opened the Australian yard. And we try to treat it as a holistic approach, not only about the kangaroo, not only about the flying foxes or whatever. We thought that we need to tell the story about the continent, Australia as a continent, about the people that live there, about the culture. So we gave information, a big sign in the corridors that lead to the Australian yard about 40 million years ago, Australia was part of Asia and separated. And a week later, we found someone in English and in Hebrew, not in Arabic, scratching the sign. So we did it again. A week later, someone came and with a knife or something sharp, scratched it again and took out the 40 million years ago. So we did it again because high maintenance is it's one of the secrets of running a good zoo. And we did it again and again. And then we understood that we need to do something different. So we came to the conclusion and we changed the wording many years ago. Since then, the sign is totally complete and it's okay and it's fair. If you are secular, it could be 40 million years ago. If you're Orthodox, it's 6,000. How much? I don't know. How much years ago? But it's being sensitive. It's not easy. Sometimes you need to be very sensitive. People are asking me why you're not dealing with Darwin nearby the chimpanzees, and I'm saying. We didn't deal enough with environmental issues. We didn't deal enough with cutting rainforests. We didn't deal enough with illegal trade of wild animals. So in Jerusalem, we must address the issue of Darwin. No, we have enough issues to deal with, and we don't need to fight if we would like to have the Orthodox or we would like to have the Palestinian with us. And this is the unique role of, and I think that Katharina succeeded somehow to bring the different of what you can see in London or Berlin or New York or San Diego comparing to the zoo in Jerusalem. And being sensitive and being really sensitive to everyone, this is the secret of what we are trying to do. We are facing now the same problem with the aquariums that we are building. Lobsters in Jerusalem. Lobster, it's an issue. It's an issue. For you, it's not an issue, but for us, it's an issue. But we decided to make an aquarium, a tank of lobsters. Why? I will tell you after it's going to be a success. It's not yet. We're still before the opening.
Let's see if we can grab one more question.
Hi, I'm an American, and my wife is Israeli, and I've been going to Israel since 1977. And I just want to say, first of all, I very much enjoyed the film. It was not exactly cinematography, but the choices. You know, it's such a feeling, both the place and be there and the beauty around, and then the interactions with the people. It's just a wonderful film. Thank you for that. I just want to make note that it's of great interest of mine, and I think it's an extraordinary scene that in Israel it seems to me that projects that revolve around nature really attract the same kind of possibility for meeting, the meeting place, and coexistence, really, in another way. So I want to make note of several projects and I know the people who...
What's the question?
Okay.
Just because we're running out of time.
Okay. Maybe I'm not asking a question, so maybe...
Comments are welcome, too.
Okay. I want to make note of... Well, he's trying to take the thing out of my hand.
We are short on time here. We have another movie starting in a few minutes, but I think you shared an important note there. Do you guys want to comment on that?
Yeah, maybe just as an addition. I mean, in the end, even though maybe the tours, maybe one is in Arabic and one is in Hebrew, and maybe, they don't go around together in the zoo, maybe it will come in the future, but the moment when they look at an elephant or they see a turtle and you see the same, amazed look on the kid's face, it's kind of, I think it's important to have some place somewhere, where you can have some hope, even if it's maybe really simple. I think it can be a great step. Yeah.
I think that the movie did a great work, and I'm so happy that observer from outside saw it, so I'm speechless.
Folks, I want to thank you all so much for being here. Betty, thank you for moderating this wonderful conversation. Katharina, thank you for a beautiful film. And Shay, of course, thank you for this beautiful zoo. Join us more this week for many more wonderful films. On Monday night, we have a fabulous film, Nazareth Cinema Lady, about cinema in Nazareth. I think there's a